Hi there, this is Ranjit, and in this video we'll be doing the camera comparison between this new Xiaomi Redmi Note 5 Pro and the Mi A1. I have been getting a lot of requests from you guys to compare these two devices, so I decided why not shoot a lot of pictures side by side so that we can judge which one is doing a better job. In terms of how they go about it, it's very different. As you can see, both of them actually have dual camera setup. First, let's talk about the older Mi A1. The Mi A1 actually has two 12 megapixel rear facing camera, but one is a regular one and the second one is actually a telephoto lens. That means it's a zoom lens, whereas it just gets a 5 megapixel front facing camera. With the rear facing camera on the Mi A1, you get that bokeh portrait mode. Now moving to this new Redmi Note 5 Pro, again as you can see we have that dual camera setup. Very similar in layout to the iPhone 10, but one is the regular 12 megapixel camera and the second one is a 5 megapixel shooter that is not a telephoto lens, but it just uses the depth for the portrait mode. Moving to the front facing camera, it has a 20 megapixel front facing camera, and via software they implement the portrait mode even with the front facing camera. So I've taken a lot of sample shots and videos with both these devices, so let's see which one is doing a better job. So here are the pictures side by side. On the left we have the Redmi Note 5 Pro and on the right we have the Mi A1, and in this picture as you can see the dynamic range is simply a lot better on the Note 5 Pro, whereas on the Mi A1 if you noticed it's a lot darker in my opinion. I also took one more snap. Here the sun was coming from the right, and here also clearly the Redmi Note 5 Pro did a lot better job than the Mi A1. I was surprised with the results, so I decided to test it a little bit more. Here is one more shot, and again as you can see the sky is in the background, and again this shows how good is the dynamic range. And here again clearly the Note 5 Pro is doing a far better job than the Mi A1. The dinosaur on which I was focusing, it has a lot more detail on the Note 5 Pro, whereas the Mi A1 it's simply washed out. I also wanted to know which one retains more detail, so this is a shot that I took side by side, and again the Note 5 Pro looks better, but let's zoom in and see which one has better detail. So now I've zoomed up the image 300% on both, and in terms of detail I was surprised that both of them are actually doing a better job. But if I have to pick one picture out of this, again it'll be the Redmi Note 5 Pro. Surprised with the results, I decided to test it on human subjects and I tried it on myself. On the left as you can see it's the Note 5 Pro and the Mi A1, and in this scenario both of them did a very good job. They all have this bokeh portrait mode, so I used the portrait mode, and the Mi A1 actually zooms in, so I just zoomed in with this Note 5 Pro also, and as you can see in terms of bokeh both produce a good background blur, but surprisingly the Mi A1 picture was a lot more brighter. Here I took one more picture with my wife, and in this scenario again both of them actually did a good job. I also noticed that there is a color difference in both of them. The Note 5 Pro picture is slightly on the warmer side, and as you can see clearly the Mi A1 pictures are slightly, they have a bluish tint. In terms of which one I would personally pick, I would say the Redmi Note 5 Pro's picture were more close to the reality. I'm recording with the Mi A1 and I've set it to 1080p, and as you can see guys I'm just walking. As you can see, so this is a sample recording at 1080p with the rear facing camera of the Mi A1 Xiaomi Note 5 Pro, and I'm walking guys, and this is at the highest setting, that is 1080p. Xiaomi says that it employs electronic image stabilization, and as you can see guys I am walking, so this should give you an idea how it would be the video recording with the Xiaomi Note 5 Pro at 1080p. As of now there's no option for 4K, so this is the best that you can get, that is 1080p. I'm shooting this part of the video with the front facing camera of the Redmi Note 5 Pro, and as you can see guys I'm just walking, so this should give you an idea how would be the video recording with the front facing camera of this Redmi Note 5 Pro if you're using it in scenarios like vlogging, etc. So guys, I'm recording this part of the video with the Mi A1's front facing camera, and as you can see I'm just walking, so this should give you an idea how will be the video recording. One thing I noticed is that in the video it zooms up quite a bit compared to the Redmi Note 5 Pro. So this is a quick sample with the front facing camera of this Mi A1. Before I show you the results, how these fare in artificial lighting conditions, here is the word from the sponsorer of this video, that is Cashify.in. Are you looking to buy this device or any other smartphone? Then sell your old mobile and laptops on Cashify.in to unlock the best market price. Check out Cashify.in to encash your phone in less than 60 seconds. Now I decided to test how is the camera performance in artificial lighting and indoor lighting conditions. So again, on the left we have the Redmi Note 5 Pro and on the right we have the Mi A1, and clearly here the Mi A1 is not performing as good as the Note 5 Pro. I also decided to test the portrait mode in the same lighting conditions, and here the Note 5 Pro clearly did a lot better than the Mi A1. Mi A1, as you can see, is total rubbish, that portrait mode in artificial lighting. One more pick in artificial lighting conditions in my office, and here I feel the Mi A1 actually did slightly better than the Redmi Note 5 Pro. So in the same situation, same lighting, I decided to test again that portrait mode, and in the portrait mode again, as you can see, the Mi A1 simply is not doing a great job. So in low lighting, if you want to use the portrait mode, definitely the Note 5 Pro is performing a lot better. Here is another sample shot that I took in the normal mode, and in the normal mode, in this lighting situation, this is in a low lighting situation, both of them actually perform very close to each other. Also wanted to test which one is sharper in low lighting conditions. So here is a sample shot that I took, and the Note 5 Pro picture looks slightly brighter, but when we zoom in, as you can see, in terms of sharpness, the Redmi Note 5 Pro's picture is sharper than the Mi A1 in artificial lighting conditions. Moving to the front-facing camera, clearly the Redmi Note 5 Pro is better, but the Redmi Note 5 Pro also has that portrait mode with the front-facing camera, which the Mi A1 simply does not have. So guys, as you have seen from the sample shots, clearly I would say overall, if you look at it, the Redmi Note 5 Pro is the clear winner. I was very surprised in outdoor shots. The dynamic range was a lot better with this Note 5 Pro compared to the Mi A1. Yes, in the portrait mode with the Mi A1, when there was a lot of lighting, I felt this did slightly better. But overall, I would say in most of the situations, the Redmi Note 5 Pro did a far better job. And especially in artificial and indoor lighting conditions, as you have saw with the sample shots, the Redmi Note 5 Pro did a far better job. Also in terms of video, though this Redmi Note 5 Pro does not natively support 4K video, the max Xiaomi has limited is up to 1080p, but it had that electronic image stabilization. So even for video, I would say I would go over the Redmi Note 5 Pro. Regarding the front facing camera, again, the Note 5 Pro is the clear winner. So in terms of camera performance, I would say, and overall if I have to pick one, I would go with the Redmi Note 5 Pro. I've almost finished testing this device, so I'll also be posting this full in-depth review in the next couple of days. So if you're still not subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care.